Listen, Gegard Mousasi, that guy is the sleeper of the 185-pound division.
I think I'm underrated throughout my whole career.
Everybody who knows MMA knows who you are.
When we do talk about the greats, if we don't put Gegard's name on the tip of our tongue, we're just being incorrect.
But people need to understand this is one of the baddest ever fight around the world.
Khabib Nurmagomedov giving you some props. I think he said that you're one of the most underrated fighters in MMA.
I've defeated Jacare, I've defeated Mark Hunt, I've defeated Dan Henderson, I've defeated Vito Belfort, I've defeated Whiteman. All these guys I've defeated. They're making more money than me.
Every organization, this man has smashed people's skulls into the ground.
What is it? My nationality? What the f? I am one of the best. I should get paid as one of the best.
Gegard is never discussed. Is it because he's not in the UFC? Is it because he was in the UFC and didn't capture the championship? Or is it because he's just a nice guy and we forget about him? Guys, that's real.
If you enjoy stories of the forgotten warriors and silent legends, hit that like button and subscribe. Now let's step into the world of Gegard Mousasi. Born on August 1st, 1985 in Iran.
Born in Iran, Armenian parents.
His early years were shaped by war.
Gegard Mousasi's family were refugees. They came to Holland for a better life.
I grew up in Iran, moved to Holland when I was 8.
His family fled the Iran-Iraq conflict, endured time in refugee camps,
1 year in refugee camps,
and eventually resettled in Leiden, Netherlands.
If my parents would have never moved to Holland, I would never got involved in sports. You know what I mean?
Right.
My life would have been totally different.
Your name kind of do sound Japanese.
Yeah, it was actually Mousasian, and Iran shortened it. It went to Mousasi, and then we came to Holland. When we were in refugee camp, they mixed it up. They put it Mousasi.
Mousasi has always emphasized that despite the hardship, his childhood was good, not a tale of tragedy.
Growing up, nothing special. Didn't have a lot of money. Normal, typical, having a childhood, you know?
Well, it's a farm. It's good. I like it. My mother lived with me.
It was in the Netherlands that his path as a martial artist took root.
Girls didn't like me. That gave me some motivation to want to be somebody, you know what I mean?
At 8 years old, he started judo.
I started judo when I was 8. I got like a brown orange belt. I'm not a judo guy.
At 15, he switched to boxing.
I saw boxing. I thought, well, these guys, they're champions. They're respected. They have money. That's how I felt as a kid. You know, I thought if I can beat anybody, then people will respect me.
And at 16, he became the Dutch amateur boxing champion.
You were a champion boxer, though, at 16. Was it a natural for you?
Yeah, regional. I think I was one time Dutch champion. I was doing well in boxing, you know, but there's no great coaches, you know. Boxing is dying a little bit in Holland. There's not a lot of fighters.
He and his older brother would spend hours watching old fight tapes, fascinated by this new sport called mixed martial arts.
My brother was starting to rent videotapes. Igor contention, he was fighting in those tournaments with giants in Russia. And we would watch. That's how we thought, oh, MMA, let's, cage fighting or whatever. We were interested in it, let's say.
From there, he transitioned into kickboxing.
Gradually went to kickboxing, MMA, because my brother was doing MMA.
And finally, MMA, following his older brother into the fight world. The blend of judo's grappling base with sharp boxing would become the foundation of his famously well-rounded style.
Always fought out of Holland, never moved or do any training camps outside of Holland. I always stayed in my roots.
Mousasi turned professional in 2003 at just 17. On the European circuit, Mousasi tore through opponents, amassing a 12-1 record with every win by finish.
First fight, no experience on the ground or anything. I just boxing. I knocked the guy 3 times down and I won. That's how I started.
It was a streak so dominant, it caught the attention of Japan's legendary Pride Fighting Championships, where his career would change forever. His breakout came in 2006 when Pride signed him for their welterweight Grand Prix.
Who was your first fight in Pride? Takimoto, Olympic judo guy.
Mousasi, the youngest competitor in this tournament, 20 years of age, a former Dutch junior national amateur boxing champion, 4-0 in Muay Thai with 3 knockouts, making his debut in Pride Fighting Championships.
I broke his eye socket, so...
There's a big bump there developing over the right eye of Takimoto.
But in the quarterfinals, he tapped to an armbar against Akihiro Gono.
Like this, going for the eyeball!
Mousasi rebounded in an alternate bout, outpointing a then-unknown Hector Lombard. These early tests in Pride gave him a taste of world-class competition.
I was in Pride, then it went bankrupt.
Outside Pride, he continued building. Within 3 years, he was already making noise, winning the Cage Warriors middleweight title in England.
The fight that I was most happy at was 2-week notice. I fought Gregory Bushlegam in Cage Wars in England.
He's going to stop him. He's going to stop him. Fantastic stoppage in there for Gerard.
But I went there, I knocked him out in the first round. I remember late at night, I took the belt under my clothes. I was walking down the street 3-4 in the morning because I had adrenaline, I couldn't sleep. I was so happy. I always wanted to have a belt. That was my first belt. It meant something. But after that, it was like, okay, you win belt. Belt don't mean that much anymore.
After capturing the Cage Warriors middleweight title, Mousasi continued fighting in other promotions across Canada and under M1 Global, steadily gaining international experience and proving himself as a versatile, world-class prospect.
You get the nickname Dreamcatcher?
I had different nickname.
What was the other
Vagabond, Last Soldier of Fortune, some Kinku from Japanese. I don't know, some guy was working for N1. And then this guy said Dreamcatcher. And then that one stuck. Did some fights in Canada, and then Dream came.
After Pride collapsed, Mousasi's M1 connections and reputation in Japan led to an invitation to join Dream's middleweight Grand Prix in 2008, a tournament that would make him a star. He submitted Kong, outpointed Dong-Sik Yoon, and then on a single night submitted knockout artist Melvin Manhoef.
I had some sleepless nights with Melvin Manhoef. I challenged the guy because no one was giving me any credit in Holland, so I was upcoming.
And then in the Grand Prix half final, they gave it to me.
He was knocking out everybody back then.
I was like, why did I challenge this guy? I couldn't sleep. I thought, what the fuck, he's gonna embarrass me in front of the world.
Slam him down, don't slam him down. That's dangerous.
He did as Mousasi tries to put it in.
See, you shouldn't have done that.
Before delivering one of the most iconic finishes of his career, an upkick knockout of Ronaldo Jacare Souza in the final.
And there he comes in with a Superman, and it's over. It's over. What a crazy finish.
At just 23, Mousasi was the inaugural Dream middleweight champion.
Mousasi's the champ.
I'm happy that I won. I consider them as my friends.
We know that you're pretty quiet. You're not a promoter.
In Japan was more, you come, you fight, you get paid, you go home.
So it was hard for me to win from Jacare. I want to thank my team, everyone who helped me. I didn't achieve this alone, and thank you.
A humble and deserving champion.
Later, I realized it's first entertainment, and then it's sport.
Fresh off his Dream middleweight Grand Prix triumph, Mousasi made an unexpected move, stepping into K1 kickboxing to face Japanese veteran Musashi. The fight generated major buzz in Japan, billed as a test of whether a mixed martial arts champion could hold his own under pure striking rules.
I feel good. I'm in shape. For me, it doesn't matter K1 or MMA. I know I can kickbox. That's why I took the fight.
Many expected the seasoned kickboxer to outclass him, but Mousasi stunned the crowd.
Done just that, and he throws Mousasi to the canvas. Yeah, you can't do that.
Knocking Mousasi out in the first round and proving that his striking was world-class.
I think it'll be the end of his career. Mousasi absolutely getting pwned. It's centering. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Unbelievable. That could be the end of Mousasi's career.
He immediately moved up in weight, saying the cut to 185 was draining. In 2009, he entered Dream's openweight Super Hulk tournament and stunned fans by submitting 286-pound K1 veteran Mark Hunt in just over a minute.
You from Hunt?
Yeah,
Mark Hunt.
He's in there fighting heavyweights in Japan.
It was like 280. I was 215.
You weigh 210 pounds and you're going to go fight Mark Hunt basically an anything goes match at 23 years old. Think of the stuff this guy's done.
I had sleepless night before that fight. I was like, oh, fuck. If I don't take this guy down, he's gonna knock me out.
Mark Hunt is a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, I won that one actually.
I did one punch trip because he was so heavy, he felt like a turtle, you know? I could have controlled him all night.
I won pretty quickly. I just punched, took him down, submitted him in 1 minute.
It's over. Mark Hunt is out. As I said, this man is all class.
His success attracted the eyes of Strikeforce, the UFC's biggest rival at the time. In 2009, Mousasi debuted in the United States by knocking out Renato Babalu Sobral in 1 minute to win the Strikeforce light heavyweight title.
This is the fight the hardcore fans have been buzzing about.
Oh, look at Mousasi. Babalu's back. Folks, we got a star.
He's arrived.
He is the real deal. Mousasi has arrived.
Make it 13 in a row, my friends.
That dude is one of the few dudes that looks absolutely bored when he's fighting.
The new Strikeforce light heavyweight champion of the world, the Dreamcatcher Mousasi. In your first fight in the United States, you become a champion.
After capturing the Strikeforce light heavyweight title, Mousasi took part in an exhibition grappling match against Fedor Emelianenko at the 2009 M1 Challenge.
What was this fight, this exhibition with Fedor? How did it even come about?
I was in the M1 and they were bringing me up with Fedor behind him to get my name up there. And they said, yeah, let's do an exhibition. We pay you $5,000. I'm like, okay. They didn't explain nothing.
Against Fedor?
Yeah, but the exhibition.
The bout wasn't a real fight. It was was organized to promote M1 Global's partnership with Strikeforce and showcase the skills of two of their most respected fighters.
So I said, okay, sure. So it's better for my name. People gonna get to know me. And then eventually they didn't even pay me the 5,000. Yeah,
M1?
But you never saw the 5,000.
Nah, I never saw it.
How old were you?
I think 20, 22, something. I already was Dream Champion, I think.
He followed with a TKO over Sokoju in a New Year's Eve stoppage of Gary Goodridge in Japan.
You beat Gary Goodridge?
Yeah, but
he's twice your size.
It was not that good. I took him down very quickly and then ground upon and I finished him.
I didn't know you beat the fuck out of him.
No, I didn't. I beat him. He was just covering up. I didn't really hurt him.
By the end of that year, Mousasi had world titles in 2 divisions and marquee wins in Japan, Europe, and the Middle East, all before his 25th birthday. In April 2010, Mousasi defended his Strikeforce light heavyweight title against Muhammad King Mo Lawal. Lawal's relentless wrestling and 11 takedowns neutralized Mousasi's striking, earning him a unanimous decision and ending Mousasi's title reign. Frustratingly, Lawal would later test positive for steroids in another fight, adding a shadow over that loss. The loss to Lawal was a setback for Mousasi, a rare stumble in an otherwise dominant run. Still under contract with both Strikeforce and Dream, he returned to Japan, where he challenged Tatsuya Mizuno for the light heavyweight title, dominating the bout and winning by first-round submission to become the Dream light heavyweight champion. Mousasi pressed on, fighting Keith Jardine to a majority draw despite outlanding him by a wide margin. Even Strikeforce CEO Scott Coker admitted it felt like a robbery.
I'm again speechless. With all due respect to Keith Jardine, there was no way he won that fight. And I know numbers don't always tell the story, but in this case, they really did, my friend. Thought it was a tremendous main event. The only thing I had a problem with, and as I'm looking at you, judges, what were you guys thinking with Mousasi and Jardine? We need more fighters to become judges. We need more people who actually know what they're doing to become judges. And all I can ask is that the athletic commissions hire the right people so Mousasis of the world don't have to go home with their heads hanging low because they did win the fight.
After the Jardine fight, Mousasi returned to Japan one last time, defeating Olympic gold medalist Hiroshi Izumi by TKO at Dream 16.
Thank you for always supporting me. Japan is like my second home. An honor to fight here. I hope Dream become as big as Pride. So, arigato. Thank you.
That bout would mark his final appearance for Dream before the promotion went bankrupt in 2012, leaving Mousasi to continue his career under the Strikeforce banner. He went on to have 2 more fights in Strikeforce, defeating Ovent St. Preux and Mike Kyle. The promotion had been purchased by Zuffa, the UFC's parent company, in 2011, but continued to operate until it shut down in early 2013. With his Strikeforce contract expiring just as the promotion folded, Mousasi briefly became a free agent.
That Strikeforce is folding. It was a great experience.
Some fighters from the Strikeforce are going directly to the UFC. I presume that's where you want to go to.
Yeah, for sure.
Then he was signed by the UFC and stepped onto the sport's biggest stage.
He's a very hard guy to beat. Equally good on the ground as standing. Great at everything. I truly believe that he can become the next UFC champion.
Mousasi arrived in 2013 with fanfare. He was scheduled to fight Alexander Gustafsson.
You had like a knee injury in your first ever fight, right? And Dana White praised you for continuing with the fight?
I was out for a year with ACL surgery. And then in the recovery, I tore my ACL again. And I had to fight Gustafsson in Sweden. I was like, oh, fuck.
Just days before the fight, Gustafsson suffered a deep cut above his eye during training and was ruled medically unfit to compete. As a result, Ilir Latifi stepped in on short notice to face Mousasi instead. Mousasi cruised to a dominant, unanimous decision victory, all while fighting through a knee injury that would require surgery immediately after the bout. After the fight, Mousasi announced he would return to the middleweight division, believing his speed and technique would give him an advantage over the competition. However, in his first fight back at 185 pounds, Mousasi faced former UFC champion Lyoto Machida.
I remember going there, I looked in his eyes and I was like, okay, yeah, this guy is serious.
And lost a close 5-round decision. Machida's elusive movement and sharp counter-striking proved just enough to edge out Mousasi on the scorecards.
He was just a better fighter that was just walking and going forward. If you go in, he just catches you.
After the Machida loss, Mousasi bounced back impressively. In May 2014, he traveled to Germany and submitted Mark Munoz in the first round.
Vision these days. Oh, nicely done. Mousasi taking them out. I've not seen someone handle Munoz like this before. Oh, big attack! Submission victory for Gegard Mousasi. Gegard Mousasi is a finishing machine. Wherever he can, He will. The question now really is, John, what does he do next? Where does he go from now?
Becoming the first man ever to tap out the veteran wrestler. However, later that year, Mousasi faced Ronaldo Jacare Souza in a rematch of their 2008 fight. This time, Souza got his revenge, choking Mousasi out with a guillotine in the third round, handing him a tough submission loss. In January 2015, Mousasi faced legend Dan Henderson and made quick work of him.
You knocked Dan Henderson out?
Yeah.
How can I miss that one?
Dropping him with a right hand and finishing the fight in just 70 seconds.
I have a lot of respect for Dan. We trained even before. He's a legend. But whoever is next, I'm ready.
Earning a Performance of the Night bonus and a big win over a former champion.
He was my hardest fight to date.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
Yeah, everybody says he's one of the toughest fighters.
Then Mousasi faced Uriah Hall in Japan. After dominating the first round on the ground, the fight flipped suddenly. Hall landed a spinning back kick and flying knee, stunning Mousasi and finishing him by TKO. It was the first knockout loss of Mousasi's career and one of the biggest upsets of the year.
I was hurt, but I wasn't gone, you know. The ref stopped it. I just got right back up.
Uriah Hall was a fluke. Anyone that knows anything about this sport knows it was a fluke. I hope to get that rematch one day.
In 2016, he reinvented himself.
I'm a big fan of his. I like his attitude. I like how he's bored and he goes in and bashes the best in the world.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters were worried about you.
Scared of him.
Yeah.
Beating Thales Ladies, knocking out Thiago Santos at UFC 200.
And he's up. Oh, he nailed him. Oh, that's it. That's it.
It is all over.
Wow.
Gegard.
Dismantling Vitor Belfort.
He's hurt.
Mousasi looking for the finish.
In UFC, he asked for the fight himself. He wanted to fight because he thought I'm a stand-up guy.
Wow. Can Vitor survive?
Escape their mouth. This could be it.
It is all over.
But I beat him fairly easily.
After his dominant win over Vitor Belfort, Mousasi's UFC contract was nearing its end, and he began to speak out more openly about fighter pay and how he felt undervalued by the promotion.
I think I'm underrated throughout my whole career. I don't know, maybe I'm from Holland. People don't care.
Despite consistently beating top names and former champions.
I feel I have the best stand-up in the middleweight division. I think I've been dominating since USADA came. I'm top 5. I don't know who makes the rankings. Sherdog puts me on 10. Someone is sleeping there.
After avenging his loss to Uriah Hall,
The referee's taking a good look at Uriah Hall. He is very much stuck in his position.
Gegard Mousasi settles the score.
What's next for you now?
Whoever has the belt, I'm coming. I need an elimination fight now. Or a title shot. I don't know, you know, whatever UFC says.
Mousasi had one fight left on his UFC contract and entered negotiations with the promotion, hoping to secure a deal that reflected his 4-fight win streak and top contender status.
This is the last fight on your deal?
Yeah, this is my last fight.
Did they try to re-sign you before this fight?
1 week before the fight.
How close was the offer to what you want?
Not even close.
Free agency is a big story in MMA. Yeah. Are you looking forward to seeing what your true market value is?
100%, but my goal is to get that belt. I'm so close. They say everyone wants to get paid more. No, everyone should get paid what is deserved.
So you want to stay in the UFC?
100%, you know, it's the biggest organization. If I win the belt there, then it counts. Show me the money, bitches.
When did you have this epiphany?
Because it's my last fight, and I can talk whatever I want.
God, this is amazing. Where have you been, Gegard? Where has the unfiltered Gegard been?
In the closet. Yeah. No, just kidding.
Then came UFC 210 against Chris Weidman, a bout remembered for controversy. Mousasi kneed Weidman while he had his hands on the mat. The referee initially called it illegal.
Oh, we got hit with elbow. Oh, wait a minute.
But replay showed the knees were legal under the new rules.
Middle of movement, if you lift a guy up and one of them is not touching, that's legal. Boom! That one's legal, right? Because the hand's up. That's legal.
Yes, I would agree.
They're both legal.
After confusion and long delays, the fight was waved off and Mousasi awarded the TKO. Weidman protested, claiming he was robbed, but his appeal was denied.
Why would they even stop the fight at all if it was a legal knee? Dan Mergliotta made a mistake.
Mousasi accused him of exaggerating to get a disqualification win.
He wanted a way out, and then it worked against him.
I have a lot of respect for Weidman. I don't want to badmouth him, but if you want to play smart and take advantage of the rules, if you want to put your hands down so I cannot knee you or take it up, that's not my fault. I'm fighting. At the end of the day, it was legal. I felt he didn't want to continue. I think everyone saw that. Well, how is that my fault? I don't give a f***. I won.
It was an ugly scene, but officially Mousasi had another top 5 scalp. Despite that momentum, the UFC let him walk.
I want to know.
No,
You
fuck
left
that.
the UFC on a 5-fight win streak.
Yeah.
You got to explain this to me.
My contract was finished. They weren't paying me enough.
Dana White dismissed his drawing power, saying Mousasi isn't selling out arenas.
Gegard Mousasi, I'm sure you heard, very vocal about his contract.
What did he say?
Just saying he wants to be paid more. He didn't like the fact that Mark Hunt, who he beat paid more than him. Dan Henderson.
I've defeated Jacare, I've defeated Mark Hunt, I've defeated Dan Henderson, I've defeated Vito Belfort, I've defeated Whiteman. All these guys I've defeated. They're making more money than me. What is it? My nationality? What the fuck? I am one of the best. I should get paid as one of the best.
Dan Henderson's been in the game forever. Mark Hunt has an entire country behind him. When we do fights in Australia, he sells out arenas. Gegard Mousasi isn't selling out arenas. You'll see guys like Bisping, different fighters from Brazil, Conor McGregor. You know, when you have guys who have countries behind them, it's a game changer for them. Not everybody has that luxury.
Mousasi, tired of being underpaid and undervalued, entered free agency.
Now he's a free agent or going to be a free agent.
Yep.
Well,
now he can't complain about the money.
Gegard's a free agent now. How high of a priority is it to bring him back?
Hey, listen, I'm the one that brought Gegard in. I'm a big Gegard fan. I always have been. And I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, when you just get screwed,
How are you getting screwed?
they should pay me more. I'm worth more. Simple as that. At the end of the day, it's have to be fair to me. I'm fighting. I need to take care of my family. I'm not going to do this forever.
They weren't paying me enough. I knew Jacare was making, his contract was also finished at the same time. I wasn't even close to his purse.
Outside the cage, Mousasi developed a reputation for blunt honesty. He criticized the UFC's Reebok deal.
All the sponsorship has gone. They killed it with the Reebok deal, and now with the Venom thing, you know, because people don't want to sponsor anymore. If they could have just let the fighters earn a little bit extra money. But even that, they cut off. How greedy can you be? That's the one small thing that fighters still make, and you take it from them.
Pay structure and emphasis on entertainment over sport.
The media obligation is not my favorite part. We do it as part of the fighting. Yeah, it's not my thing.
What was the reasoning you think they didn't want to raise your pay or bring you to that next level?
If they don't need to pay you, they won't pay you. Only if you're like fan favorite or you can sell a fight, then they will pay you more.
I think the number one guy doesn't get always the shot. Some guys go ahead because they're popular, not because of their accomplishment.
You hear what they make a year, 1.2 billion, and like, okay, you're gonna pay. It's nothing, you know? So I was like, yeah, fuck that. Bellator paid me twice more. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go.
In 2017, he shocked many by signing with Bellator, reuniting with Scott Coker.
It does feel like we're starting to get to see the real Gegard after all these years. Do you feel like you just don't care anymore, or maybe you were kind of reserved back in the day? Why do we get to see this fun Gegard when in the early days you were often very serious?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, Ariel. Don't do it, kids.
What is your goal? To be the best fighter, period?
Well, just win my fight, make my money. Listen, everyone is fighting for money. People coming on the show, I'm fighting for honor, I'm fighting for my country.
Yeah.
All that nonsense. Don't pay any of those fighters, they don't fight. I am in my prime, so this is the years that I need to fight big names.
His debut was gritty. Alexander Shlemenko broke Mousasi's orbital in the opening seconds, but Mousasi fought through it and won a decision. In May 2018, he dominated Rafael Carvalho to win the Bellator middleweight title.
The fact that you never got that UFC title fight, does that still fuel you that you wanted to get this belt to sort of prove to them that they let the best middleweight go?
I won the Bellator belt. It wouldn't make any difference if it was the UFC belt. For me, it felt the same. I felt like I finally got that belt.
Then destroyed welterweight champion Rory MacDonald, smothering him on the ground for a second-round TKO. But in 2019, he lost a narrow decision to Rafael Lovato Jr., who out-grappled him. Lovato soon vacated the belt due to a brain condition, but the loss was Mousasi's first in over 4 years. He rebounded by edging Lyoto Machida in a rematch clouded with accusations. Mousasi publicly accused Machida of PED use during their first encounter.
No, because it's true. The guy was fucking greased up and he looked like a 15-year-old boy when I fought him. Obviously, it was in Brazil. It was so fucking slippery. The guy didn't look normal for a fucking 38-year-old. He's a cheater. What can I say? And fuck him.
Mousasi won by split decision. After Rafael Lovato Jr. vacated the title due to health issues, Mousasi faced Douglas Lima for the vacant middleweight belt at Bellator 250 in October 2020.
The people want to know, like, hey, would you ever go back to the UFC?
Well, no, because I was close to the belt. Now I have Douglas Lima to fight. Big name.
Winning by unanimous decision to become a two-time Bellator champion.
Fantastic fight against a very, very tough opponent. You know, I think he's one of the most underrated welterweights in the world, and you just dominated him.
It was a big welterweight. I don't feel like I beat a welterweight.
He defended against John Salter, finishing him with ground strikes and obliterated undefeated Austin Vanderford in just 85 seconds.
Austin's 27 years old. Gegard's 36 years old. Never wrestled a match. Is dealing with a national champion and can get him out there inside of 5 minutes. Yeah, we got to be a little bit nicer to Gegard.
But in 2022, he was out-wrestled and outfought by Johnny Eblen across 5 rounds, losing every round on the cards. Mousasi admitted Eblen was hungrier and better prepared. In 2023, he fell to Fabian Edwards, acknowledging afterward that age and injuries were catching up. He spoke openly about severe nerve issues in his neck and hand that required surgery.
In terms of training right now, are you still training currently or no?
I was training, but I let it go.
Admitting training was harder than ever.
I think I can still do it, but they have to give me a fight.
Late in his career, a new controversy arose when Bellator was acquired by the PFL in 2023.
Your issue now, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're not getting a fight from PFL. They're not putting you in the Bellator series or the PFL fight series. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's accurate.
I want to fight, but a little bit difficult with PFL. They don't honor the contract.
They keep me on ice, let's say.
But they took over the contract, and Bellator fighters make more than the PFL guys, so they think I get paid too much.
They don't want to give me the fights that they owe me. My manager tries to contact them. They don't even respond. There's no effort to promote or get me a fight. It's like radio silence with them, and people think I'm retired.
Mousasi claimed the new management wouldn't honor his Bellator contract, tried to cut his pay, and kept him inactive.
You know, listen, if someone don't want me, I'm like, okay, fuck it, I go. But my team around me is like, fuck it, we sue them. I think it's going to be legal action against them.
Do you feel disrespected?
Yeah, because they don't even want to pick up their phone and just talk to us. You know, it's not even funny anymore. I fought a lot of organizations. This is the worst one.
He was released in 2024 and responded by filing a lawsuit against PFL and Bellator executives for breach of contract and antitrust violations.
PFL announces today that they have released former champion Gegard Mousasi from his Bellator contract.
Well, when they took over, they wanted all the top 10 fighters. That's what they said. And then now they have to cut because they're not making a lot of money.
But I thought PFL was backed by a lot of money.
What was the point of merging then if they didn't have money?
After UFC, they want to be number 2.
After parting ways with the PFL, Mousasi signed with the newly launched Global Fight League, but the league collapsed before it began. Now, at 40 years old, Mousasi's record stands at 49 wins, 9 losses, and 2 draws. He has 28 knockouts and 12 submissions, and was only stopped once by strikes. He held major titles in Cage Warriors, Dream at middleweight and light heavyweight, Strikeforce light heavyweight, and Bellator middleweight twice. Analysts often call him one of the best middleweights to never hold UFC gold.
The baddest dude that has such a self-confidence and such a self-awareness that he doesn't feel he needs to tell anybody.
His style was calm pressure, efficient striking, strong judo-based grappling, and cold-blooded composure.
Everybody knows that you're probably one of the most lethal guys in the division and in MMA history. And that's without a doubt. That's fact.
You said the Joe Rogan thing, that I have a big one.
About you? He was talking about you?
Baby elephant. A baby elephant holding an apple. He was talking, he saw me in the weight cut and he was impressed.
Bert Kreischer says Mousasi has a giant dick.
How would he know?
He was in the sauna next to him.
Oh, that makes sense, though. You know what?
It's a giant
Mousasi
hog.
has that big dick energy. He carries himself like a straight badass, doesn't he? Nothing really gets him going. You know why? Because he has a giant dick.
Giant dick.
Nothing's ever made more sense than that.
Did you know what I got after that podcast? A gay guy sent me a picture of his ass. Naked.
Okay.
And he had a real big ugly ass. I think I lured the wrong crowd.
Mousasi lived quietly in the Netherlands, proud of his Armenian heritage, close with his family and rarely in scandal. From a refugee child to a world champion in multiple promotions, Gegard Mousasi's journey is one of quiet greatness. He didn't rely on trash talk or theatrics. He let his skills speak, becoming a road warrior who conquered rings and cages around the globe.
We do talk about the greats. If we don't put Gegard's name on the tip of our tongue, we're just being incorrect. He's not a self-promoter. If a guy goes out and wins as many fights as Gegard, don't we have a responsibility to elevate him? Don't we have a job to promote him as a way of saying thank you very much for your work?
Through highs, controversies, and late career struggles, Mousasi remained himself, stoic, blunt, and brutally effective.
I know you're very humble, but you are a legend, my friend. You know this. Deep down, you know this.
I don't know, but it's nice, to get some recognition, finally, after all these years. But I'm not that popular.
I don't know, man. You want to listen. People can look. Habib's calling you one of the most underrated fighters ever. You're one of the best middleweights of all time. You got to give yourself some more credit, don't you think?
But end of my career, when I want to retire, now I'm getting recognition after all these fights. It's a little bit too late.
It's never too late, in my opinion. And what do you think you'll do after fighting?
I don't know.
Sit around.
Raise some kids. Yeah, I want to have some babies.
Yeah, no, respect.
His legacy is secure, a martial artist who embodied consistency, professionalism, and excellence across eras.
I'm at the end of the career almost, so life goes on, The more I think about it, the more I know fighting, it doesn't mean anything, It's not my life anymore,
Let's just agree we don't overlook Gegard anymore.